Everybody, welcome back to my channel, Crafty Cat Stitcher. My name is Kathy. Today is Wednesday, February 5th, 2020. This is video number 42. This is a channel about cross stitch and other things, but today, just really mainly about cross stitch. And today's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to kind of veer away from my normal format, and I'm going to show you what I'm calling my 15 favorite stitchy things. Everything is going to be related to cross stitch in this video. Just things that you might not have seen, or maybe you have seen before and forgot about, or I just want to show you some different things that I enjoy using, or it makes my life easier in my stitching life, or more organized, or just more fun. So I hope you enjoy it. I do want to say before I get started, I'm not affiliated in any way with any of these things. I don't get paid to endorse them. Okay? And secondly, keep in mind that these are favorites, and it doesn't mean that something else in that related area is inferior or bad. It's just my favorite. For example, I have a collection of scissors, and quite a few as I'm looking at my scissors. And I like them, all of them, but I have a favorite, and just like anybody else, and I know you'll understand this. So I hope you see something new or something different, or just sit back and enjoy it and maybe get to know a little bit more about me. I don't know, just have fun with it. So I'm going to get started now, and I'm going to start with number one is my favorite needle, and it is Bowen Tapestry size 26. These are my favorites. And I know it's a needle, and it looks like most other needles, right? But I just like these. They seem like a really good size for many kinds of different fabrics. They don't tarnish. I have a problem with tarnishing things that are not really good metal. And even like jewelry, not this, but some kinds of rings and things like that, I tend to tarnish. These, I've never had them tarnished, and I've never had one break. And that, to me, is great. And they're very smooth. The eye is really smooth. I love it. I ordered these in bulk from Anita's Little Stitches online. And this way, I always know I have a needle. If I'm at a stitching event or a retreat or something, or with my group, I know that I have a needle to share if somebody needs one. So, Bowen Tapestry size 26. That's my favorite. I'm going to put that over there. My favorite floss, number two, is good old DMC. Look at it. It's beautiful. I mean, they have nearly 500 colors. Or maybe they do have 500 colors. I'm not sure. Last time I looked, it was up in the upper 400s. It's really nice floss. It's good quality. We all love it. It's economical, and it's readily available. You can go to Walmart and get it sometimes. So I love it. It is my favorite, and it's great to start out on for beginning stitchers. So DMC. I'm gonna put this over here. Number three, fabric. What's my favorite fabric? Even weave. That's my favorite. I don't know. I just really like it. I always, since the first time I stitched on it, I've really liked it. It's just makes stitching for me so easy, because it's really, really visible. Everything's visible. I mean, all the holes and the threads. And as you can see, it comes in, different colors. You can get it neutrals, of course, but, you can get different shades. I have I have whips that are on Ada and linen, and I like them all, but even weave is what I like the best. And right now it's, it doesn't, Joblin, Lugana, I don't know, it doesn't matter. I like them all. So, number four is a random stitchy tool. random cross stitch tool. This is the Clover stainless steel tweezers. For those of you who have pets, you know about specialty fibers that get into your stitching. And sometimes, we try to pinch it out and you can't. These are the most precise little tweezers. They're really cool. And I don't remember where I got these. I think I got them at an L&S when I had an L&S. And they're just great for getting those little things out. I carry these with me all the time. And number 6, scissors. Talked about scissors a little bit already. These are my favorite scissors. Look, they're tiny. They're easy to carry. They're super sharp, super precise, and they're kind of cute. That's them. And they're made by Premana, and it says made by, all right, it's really small, but it's Premana, Premana, Italy, and it says Premax on it, on this part right here. But they're just nice little scissors, and I keep them in a case, and I take really good care of them. So my favorite scissors. Okay, and number 7, floss storage for DMC. I keep them on bobbins. I just do. Maybe it's just old-timey habit. I don't know, is it? But I like it. I mean, I don't know, it just keeps me organized. Let's just say that. And let's go one step further and say it has to be a cardboard bobbin. I don't know why I'm so fussy about that. These are really cute. I got these at Hobby Lobby a long time ago. This is the way I stitch. When I'm doing a project, I want all my DMC on bobbins. I have some, like surplus skeins of different colors, and they're not on bobbins yet, but when I'm using it, they're on bobbins. Okay? And then floss storage for overdyeds. I like floss away bags. That's the, floss away pack, it says on it. I don't know. And you're supposed to write the color on it. I don't do that. All I do is when I start using a floss, and this one is Gentle Art French Lilac, which is beautiful. I just take it right off, put the card in the front, and so I can see it, and just put the floss in here. So it stays separate from everybody else. They don't get tangled up. They don't get in fights. That's it. That's what I like. I like these little bags. They have a hole in them. You know what? If you want to get real super economical, you can go onto eBay or probably even Amazon and buy little zip bags and punch a hole and use those. I think I have done it. So, these are just so convenient, and I really like these. So this is for my overdyeds, which I do use too, besides DMC, correct? Another little stitchy tool that I love is the Snag Nabbit. I had to take it out of it has a little case. Isn't that cute? It has like a little special case. What this is, it looks like a needle without an eye. On one end, there's a pretty good point. On the other end, like from here up, it's like textured. Can you see? Let's see. Not really, but you could see a difference here. Yeah, it's textured. And what you do is, and this bothers me probably maybe more than it bothers other stitchers. When you're stitching and you bring your needle up to the front and accidentally pulls the tail end of a thread, and all you have is this little fuzz ball and then you go to the back and you're trying to pick it out with your needle or your fingernails. What you do is you figure out what hole that's coming through, and you put this down into it, pull it. and this part actually grabs onto those little fibers and pulls it to the back. So snag, nab it. Excuse me. I found I'm gonna get a drink of water real quick. Sorry. I found this at Joann's, and they usually have them in the aisle where the irons are, like where the ironing accessories are. I guess, for fixing maybe sweaters that have snags. So they probably figure it's just all something to do with taking care of your clothes or whatever. But I carry this wherever I go when I stitch. Not all the time, wherever I go. Oh, my favorite handmade item for stitching. It's a magnetic box. Now, what I did was I had this little tin, and yes, it's Wine Lover's Chocolate. And I actually had two of these, and so I made two, and I gave one away. So what I did was I went to, I don't know, Hobby Lobby or Joann's or something, and I bought flat magnet, like a sheet. It's in a sheet, and it has adhesive, a peel-off adhesive back, and you can cut it. It's easy. You can cut it with scissors. Don't use your good scissors. You wouldn't do that, would you? Yeah. And I cut it to the size here. I probably could have put one on here too. Huh. And then all my little things, including, and let's put them back in there, my snag nabbit and my tweezers all stick in there really nice. So, you have a loose pin or a loose needle, and there it is. So, just like an easy, fun little thing to make. You can use an Altoid tin and make a smaller one, and just to have your needles and things. Where's my needles? I can put those in there too. This is how it usually looks, actually, because I keep. Oh, a little owl got loose. I have my needles and I just have a little paper clip in there and a straight pin and things that invariably are needed when you stitch. This little guy's not sticking. I don't know why. Anyway, so that was my fun little homemade stitching accessory. My favorite hoop is made by Darice, D-A-R-I-C-E, and it's this kind of hoop. I like hoops. I use them for medium size projects, especially if I'm stitching on even weave, because even weaves normally don't keep the hoop marks in, but the main reason I like this is because it's easy to use. I need to turn it over. You just squeeze these little pieces together to remove it or to put it back in. They have other ones with pieces that kind of stick out, and there's like a little rubberized knob on both of these things, and it looks really great. I just haven't figured out where to get those, but I think I got a lot of these from a friend, but I know you can get these at 123 Stitch. So they're just really nice, and they're not really hard to push these things together to take that out and put it back in. So, yep, just find it very handy. Here's another thing that I like, my favorite scroll frame. I have, for many years, disliked scroll frames. And the reason was because I bought a really cheap one a long time ago, like in the 90s. And it just plain didn't hold my fabric. I mean, you get it tight and think everything was great, but you stitch on it for like 5 minutes and the whole thing is flopping around and waving in the wind. So it's like, no. So for a long time, I just kind of turned up my nose at stitching frames or, or scroll bars. I just said, nope, I'm not using that. But then I heard about roll a frame. And I'm going to show you. Let's do this. I'll turn it over so you can see the name of it. There you go. Roll a frame. This is a big one. I don't have anything on it at the time, so this is why I decided to use this. The reason I like it is because it holds the fabric. I mean, it truly holds the fabric. I'm going to take this off. If I drop these on the floor and they make a loud noise, you'll just know what it is, but I don't want to lose them either. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this apart. It has these little wing nuts on it, and you take them off very easily. The fabric is so easy to load in this, and it really stays tight. I mean, I don't know. There are some projects I'm working on, I've never had to even retighten it. So they're basically in pieces like this. They come apart. I'm going to put the pieces down. These little sidebars come off, as you just heard. The sidebars come off. And they come in lots of different sizes, and and that's why it's so versatile. What's good about them, I'm going to put that over there real quick. What's good about these is that the way they hold the fabric in is with a roll of really tiny little, very sharp nails. And you put this on the end of your fabric where it's not going to do anything bad to your stitching. It just goes into the end and it holds. So then this one has holes. And so you put your fabric, you sandwich your fabric in there, and then you put them together. And they fit, they really do. Except you've really got to get them all lined up real nice. So, picture it, your fabric's in here, and then you roll it up really tight. And they're engineered really well. They're made really well. I have a few sets, different sizes. So I don't have an LNS, and I order a lot of things, almost everything online, because I have to. I think the nearest LNS for me is like 3 hours away. So I ordered them from Bush Mountain Stitchery in Massachusetts, and they have all the sizes. Or they can get you all the sizes. So check them out. I'll put a link to them below. I like them. I really do. I don't know if I've been telling you the numbers. I'm on 13 already. Wow. 13 is my favorite chart storage. It's magazine containers like this. This is A through E. I bought these plastic ones online, and they're really good. I mean, you just kind of have to fold them up, put them together. Say, they come flat, and you put them together. You can get these in a lot of different places, different kinds. You can get cardboard ones. I have a couple of those, plastic ones, but this is kind of like squishy plastic. It's a technical term, squishy plastic. Did you know that? Yeah. I have been alphabetizing mine according to designer, and I'm starting to think that I should do it a different way. Maybe by holiday or just type of stitching. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I don't know. It works pretty well, but if I'm looking for a certain type, say I'm looking for a Halloween one, which I was last fall, and I just have to look through all of them to find Halloween ones. So I don't know. That probably makes more sense, because I very rarely say, well, I want to stitch this certain designer. It's more like, what kind of thing do I want to stitch? But right now, that's how I have it. But they're nice and sturdy, and I keep them in a bookshelf, and so that's my favorite chart storage. Put them back over here. I hope they don't fall off. Number 14, my favorite project bag to make. I'm not saying my favorite project bag. I have a lot of different ones. I've gotten them as gifts. I bought them online. But I'm just talking about the one to make. And it's the Project Envelope by the Twisted Stitcher of Anna. This is the most, I've made different kinds of project bags, and some of them are a little fussy. Some of them I had trouble with. Some of them my sewing machine didn't like to make. I know I've mentioned before, I think I have, that my sewing machines are kind of wimpy. So they don't like to sew through really thick pieces of fabric or many layers, many layers of fabric. So this one is so basic and nice, and it requires an outside piece of fabric, an inside lining piece, and some fusible fleece. Of course, you need a sewing machine and some thread, but I have a pattern, and I really should have gotten it for you, but basically it's a pattern for this folded out. So it's a big piece of poster board, and I use it to make these. I've made several. I've given away some as gifts, and they're actually fun and very non-fussy to make. They're easy. They're big enough where they hold a lot of things. And I have put, this one has Velcro on it. I have used magnetic snaps. I've used buttons, like a button, like the last one I showed you. I think I had a button here and a button here, and I had a piece of twine that I closed it with. So there are different ways you can do these, but they're just really nice to make, and I like them because they have body to them. They're not real floppy. So anyway, I'll put a link to Vanna's tutorial. It's called her Project Envelope tutorial. So this is my favorite to make. I don't have a favorite bag to use, although these are very nice. And this one's so pretty. Look at, I'm going to show you the inside again. Isn't that pretty? I just love this one. So anyway. Finally, I'm at number 15. I'm going to show you my last miscellaneous. Let me pick it up. My last miscellaneous stitching tools, because first I had the clover tweezers, and then I had the snag nabbit. But this little guy is indispensable. Star detailer. It is basically a piece of wire doubled with a little star button on the end, or star bead on the end. And this is so good if you have to end a thread on the back, and say you have a knot in it, and there's like this much, I don't know, this much, just this little bitty piece of thread, and there's no way that you're going to get your needle threaded onto that piece and then be able to run it under your existing stitches to lock it in. What you do is you run this under your stitches, put that little piece of end thread in there, and then pull it through. Works every time. You could probably even use this to thread a needle in a pinch. I've never tried that. Have you? Have you ever tried that? If you have a star detailer? And that's what it looks like. There. It is just a little tiny thing, and I, of course, keep that in my magnetic box. And that is it. That's number 15. 15 favorite stitchy things, 15 favorite cross-stitch things that I just like. And, if you have a Flosstube channel, you might want to show your 15 favorite favorite stitchy things. I think it would be really interesting. I would personally like to see it. I like to learn about new things. I like to see what other people are doing and using to make their stitching easier, more fun, more comfortable, whatever. You know what? I actually think I actually think that I missed one. I do, because I'm looking down and I see a thing that I didn't show you. That's when I stopped using my numbers. I have a favorite light. It's my old trusty light. It opens up. I don't have it plugged in, but there's the bulb. And it basically, it's like a refrigerator. When you open it, the light turns on. It has like one of these little tube lights in it. I've had this for years, at least 15 years. It's gone with me to different places, to retreats, to stitch days where I think I'm not going to have enough light. It's plug in. You can get the bulbs. It's light bulbs. I think it's like a 13 watt, but it's nice and bright. And yeah, it helps. In certain bad lighting conditions, it's a good stitchy thing to have. So anyway, yeah, I can't believe I forgot that one. That's a good one too. All right, so anyway, consider it. Consider doing your own 15 favorite. And if you don't have 15 favorites, you could do 5 favorites or 8 favorites, or you could do 20 favorites. Show everybody what you like to use, and what's helped you in your stitching. So I hope that this was a little bit fun for you to see. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be back soon with a regular format video, Crafty Cat Stitcher video. So just kind of stay tuned. I'll be back, and I hope that you have a good week. And the rest of your week. Over here it's raining, and it's going to be raining, and tomorrow's supposed to be awful. Saturday is my stitch day, so I hope we have a little bit better weather. I like it when it's nice and sunny, just for the purpose of carrying things into our stitchy venue. And so that's what's coming up. Got to take Moxie to the vet next week. Haven't heard from her today. I think she already got all her meowing done before this video. So consider yourself lucky. I consider myself lucky. So anyway, happy stitching. I will see you soon. And thanks for watching today. Bye.